TBR of for the month. Also, this is March, which means it's Women's Month. So we are celebrating Women's Day on this month, on 8th March. So I am hoping to include as much as females author or the books which includes female as a main characters. So I am looking forward for it. At back you can see there is a whole stack of my books. Recently I organized my books and I have total of 147 or 150 around books which I haven't read, around from 300 books approximately. And there is a stack of books which I will be unhauling. The video will be uploaded sooner. So yeah, before moving on with choosing my TBR, the first that I will be choosing by a random number generator, because that's the only easiest way which I can think of to choose from my TBR. There will be a women's readathon going on Instagram in which I am taking part. I will be linking the details in the description box. You can check it out. There are only 3 challenges for that readathon. The first one is pick a book written by a female author. Second is pick a book in which there is a woman featuring. Second is pick a book that shows suffering or struggle or day-to-day fights which a woman or a girl goes through. And the third challenge is to read a book where the female is the main protagonist in the book. So those are the only 3 challenges which I have to take. So yeah, let's get into our TBR finally. Also, I will be not including the books, the 3 series books, which is the Robin Hood, the Farsi trilogy. The second one is Sarah J. Maas Crescent City trilogy, and the third one is the Inheritance Game series. I will be not including in this TBR because I am willing to binge read those series. Also, if you can see that Gone with the Wind and The Way of King by Brandon Sanderson, it will also be not included in this TBR because that's a chunky book and I need a whole lot of time to read that book. Apart from that, I'm not including my 8 non-fiction books and also my spiritual books which I am willing to read. Though these are all the books which will be not included while choosing my random TBR. So that's all for my TBR section. Now let's finally get into the TBR. Now the very first book which I will be reading in this month is Shadows and Secrets by Harini Srinivasan. So this is basically a review copy and I am already halfway through this book and I will be finishing this book by end of the day today itself. This is a historical fiction having a murder mystery going on. So far, I am lacking this book, but the thing which is keeping me is the characters. It is not like that I am not liking the characters. It is such that there are so many characters to keep up with the pace. So I am just little concerned about that part in this book. Rest I am really enjoying and I am already halfway through this book. So yeah, we'll be finishing this book by today itself. The second book on the TBR is from my Kindle, which is Spell of Breath and Blade by Sarah Pepper. This is the second book in the Tarot Academy series. The first book I read in January and oh my god, I didn't expect it to be so good. I'm so invested in that series. I really hope the further series is also a very good one. So that is the second book on our TBR. Okay, now before we jump into our random wheel generator, I last week only generated one number which was 63 and it got me The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. So this will be our very first pick from our official random generator. So as far as I know, this is a gothic and a murder mystery book kind of. As far as I know, this is a gothic as well, having a murder mystery element to it. So that's all what I know and I need to know this much only. So yes, this is our very first pick. Now moving on to our second pick. Let's spin our second number. hope it will be a good one. Okay, we got number 3. I don't know if you can see or not, but that's what we got, number 3. Let's note it down, all the numbers, and then we'll figure out all at once. Okay, 8 more spins. Number 3. 40. Let's see. 40. 4th spin. 66. 35. 96. Like there are so many books like which I don't want right now because those are very chunky ones and I don't know, because this year I haven't read anything much. Like I've only read 2 books till far, from January to February, and let's see how it goes. Okay, 4 more spins. 105. Okay, we are going very far. 3. I think we have already got 3, so we are not going for that. Okay, let me tell you one more thing, that after removing all my non-fictions and the spiritual books and those 3 series, including that Brandon Sanderson and Gone with the Wind, I have total number of 116 books on my TBR which I haven't read. So we are selecting from 116. Okay, so I'm planning to remove the number of books which I will be reading, so you know it will be more easier. So do let me know in the comment section what that if it is right thing or not, or what should I do, like to eliminate those numbers so we don't get it on repetition. Okay, so now we are only left with 3 more spins. Okay, 46. 2 more to go. Once I will select all the numbers and pick out the books, then we will go for the readathon part. So let's hope for the best. 27. Okay, this is our last spin. I really hope it's a good one. Something which I really want to read, because I have organized these on the basis of alphabetical wise. Just 2 to 3 will be here or there. Rest all are on alphabetically wise. We have got 96, so we are not taking that because we have already. Okay, we got 11. So we are done with our spins. Now it's our time to pick the books. So first we will go for number 3, which is this one. This will be from letter A, as much as I can tell you guys. Okay, the thing is, if I will get a series, the book in a series, and if I haven't read the first part of it or the second part or whatever it will be, so I will be choosing that book instead of that. I hope it's clear. So let's go for number 3. Okay. Then we have number 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I didn't want me to read this one. Like as for now, but it's okay. 11, and then we have number 27. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh my god! Why I'm getting these books? Okay, let me cut off those which I have. Number 3, 11, 27. Now we have to get 35. Okay, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, that's a good one. I'm not complaining because let me keep these aside. Five, 35, then 40 and 46. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Those are huge. Those are huge books. Okay, okay. I will read it very quickly. Forty-one, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Okay. Okay, we are done till 46. 66, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Okay, which one is that? Okay. Oh. 66, 96, 66, 67, 68, 69, 77, 22, 23, 24, 75, 26, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. Oh my god! Seriously? Like what on the earth I was thinking to do this challenge? I'm questioning my decisions now. 96. Then 105. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. by Sarah Penner. The second spin got me A Christmas Party by Georgette Hare. I seriously don't know what this book is all about. I got this book from a book fair, so I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I just bought this because it was a Christmas party, like it was meant for Christmas, as we can see by the cover, and I thought I will be reading, but at that time I lost my interest in reading due to certain factors. But here we are. So this say 6 holiday guests find themselves the suspect in a murder inquiry when the old Scrooge who owns the substantial estate is found stabbed in the back. Okay, I'm assuming this is a murder mystery book. So yeah, let's see how it will go. A Christmas book in spring season. I don't know how it will go. The third book is Among the Stars by Dhasa Satyan. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. It is a collection of short stories, so I don't think so it would be a much of difficult reading this book. Also, this was a gifted book to me. My friend Shivani gifted this book to me. I'm really thankful for her. So let's see how it goes. I don't know because it's a short collected stories. So I don't know because it is a short collection stories. So let's see. I hope this will be a good one. The next book is, do I need to say anything? Like, I don't know. I tried to read this book, but I didn't get much far more than 5 pages. So I'm giving this author a second chance because I really love the book Thief by Zuzak, but I haven't heard great things about this one particularly, so I don't know. But the thing is, if I will be not reading this book this time, I will be unhauling it for sure. Also, this is a second-hand book which I got from book fair, so let's see how it goes. The next book in my TBR will be Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I mean, this looks so pretty. I know the second part is already out for this, which one is Permanent Record, I guess, which came in year 2022 itself. But I never got a chance to read this book. So yes, this is the book. I don't know what this is about, but it is a young adult as far as I know, and it's in like a texting form, something like that. So let's see. I'm really excited to read this one because once the time I got this book, I was really you know excited to read, but never got a chance to get a hold on this book. Okay. The next book is Glow by Revan Kennedy. This is the fourth book in the Golden Plated series, and oh my god, this series is literally the best fantasy series which I have read last year. Like, I've only read the 3 books, but I'm so invested in this series that I bought this book, and I'm really eager to know what the end of this book will have. Like, I'm just mesmerized by this book. The first book was like kind of okayish one because it really had very, what to say, like steamy content, like the deep steamy content, if you know what I'm saying. But from the second part, it just blew my mind. The plot twist was amazing. So this one is the book. Next one is also a part of series, like this is the second part in that series. The first part I read back in 2019, and I still remember the parts of it, but I don't know if I will be rereading before reading this or not. I'm quite unsure of that. But the second book in that series is Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. This is the second book in the Bastard series. It's a classic fantasy series and you guys should read it if you are a fantasy lover. It's a high fantasy kind of, but you will surely love this if you are a fantasy lover. And if you haven't read this, please do read it. I highly recommend reading this series. So this is the second part which I will be reading. First part I'm not sure whether or not I will be rereading, as I still remember the parts of the book and what the ending was. Let's see. You will get to know by the end of this month whether or not I reread or not. So this is the book. Okay guys, the thing is I wanted some of the female author books or a female centric books, but seeing my pile right now, it's not looking good, but it is what it is, so we cannot help now. Moving on, the next book is Heads You Win by Jeffrey Archer. This author, like I read this author's A Prisoner of Birth back in 2014 before my college started, and I was stuck with that author for 2 months. Like I was rereading. I was so involved in that book. It became one of my favorite mystery books of all times. And whenever someone asks me for a mystery recommendation, I firstly recommend that book, A Prisoner of Birth. Guys, that book is such an amazing work by Jeffrey Archer. You should definitely look out if you are a fan of Jeffrey Archer. I highly recommend that book. So as we all know, this is a mystery. This will be all. I don't think so. It's a mystery book. As far as I have read the synopsis of this, I'm finding it a fictional kind of book. I don't know. Do let me know if you have read this book or you know anything about this book. So I think it's a historical fiction only because it says Alexander is no ordinary child, and from an early age it is clear he is destined to lead his countrymen. But when his father is assassinated by the KGB for defying the state, he and his mother will have to escape from Russia if they hope to survive. In a single moment, a double twist decides Alexander's future. During an epic tale of fate and fortune spanning 2 continents and 30 years, we follow his triumphs and defeats as her struggles as an immigrant to conquer the new world. As this unique story unfolds, Alexander comes to realize where his destiny lies and accepts that he must face the past he left behind in Russia. So as far as I'm seeing, it is a historical fiction only. So yeah, that's the next book in our TBR. The second last book in our TBR is, which I don't know whether or not I'm in the mood to read this book. So the book is The Shadow of the Winds by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is a very popular book in the community and I haven't read it till now. It's a historical fiction, of course. Something about books or the library. We will read and come to the conclusion what it is all about and see whether or not I love this book or not. The last book in our official TBR is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is a classic fantasy book. Like, yes, I'm only going to say this much only about this book. It is a fantasy book and I'm meaning to read this book since years, but I haven't got enough strength. No, not strength. I haven't got enough motivation in past 2 years or so to read my books, but now I'm in full motivated mood right now. So that's the book. Okay, so this is the TBR which we got from our random number generator. Now talking of the readathon, the first written by female author. For that I will be picking up The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This will be my first book for the readathon. The second book where the main protagonist is a female. For this I am thinking either I will be going for The Glow by Revan Kennedy or the Kindle book which I am reading, that is the second book in the Tarot Academy, which is Spell of Breath and Bone by Sarah Piper. And the last book for this readathon, for the last challenge is to pick a book which shows the struggle or day-to-day fight of a woman. For that I have ordered the book which I am meaning to read this year, and that is Convenience Store Woman by Saika Murata. So that will be the book which I will be reading for that challenge. So that's all for my monthly TBR for the March, and here is the stack, if you can see, plus the two books, one the Kindle which I will be reading, one which I will be reading on Kindle, and the second which I have ordered and will be here by Sunday probably. So those are the books.